What if there was a mod that allowed you to join any blacklisted Minecraft server? With recent punishments against some of the more infamous servers like 2b2t and Minecraft Online, Mojang has been demanding more chat moderation and removal of controversial symbols. While they've let servers self-moderate for the past 15 years, it seems things are changing, as 2b2t used to be fully anarchy with players allowed to do whatever they want. Now, anytime you attempt to do something that Microsoft does not like, it will be removed. If they don't comply, the server will be blacklisted by Mojang, preventing anyone from joining again. But one of 2b2t's competitors has come up with their own solution to combat this issue. 6b6t has created a mod that if the server theoretically gets blacklisted by Mojang, the mod will bypass the blacklist and allow players to keep logging on. So let's talk about how the mod does this, the potential of 6b6t getting blacklisted, and what this means for every other Anarchy server. On February 28, 2026, the owner of 6b6t, Cubasti, made an announcement in the Discord server advertising players to download AnarchyMod. In his announcement, which starts with the words, "2b2t is dead," Cubasti talks about the censorship that Mojang is pushing onto Anarchy servers. After over 15 years, Mojang has decided that it will now introduce strict chat rules on all Minecraft servers, including 2b2t. This means that everything the players have ever done on the server for the last 15 years has just been turned worthless. 2b2t is no longer Anarchy. It is dead. 2b2t has to comply with Mojang's absurd decisions because it's a premium Minecraft server, while 6b6t is cracked. If they don't listen to Mojang, it will get blacklisted. A Minecraft server getting blacklisted is essentially a death sentence for that server. Once Mojang determines that a server violates their terms of service, players will be blocked from ever joining. Cubasti goes on in his announcement post to ask players to download AnarchyMod, which will bypass the blacklist, and then he promises to never add rules to the server. To entice players to download the mod, he also offers 2 additional homes to players who have it. When we go to the mod page, we can see that it is open source, so anyone can verify the code for themselves. The README promises 3 things: that the mod will bypass the blocked server list for known Anarchy servers, that it will add 6b6t to your server list if it's not there already, and it sends additional analytics to the server when you join. A few weeks later, another announcement was posted in the chat as 2 more Anarchy servers were blocked: OldFrog and PurityVanilla. Now, PurityVanilla eventually came back online as they started complying with the new rules that Mojang asked of them, but OldFrog is still down with little communication as to why, and the Discord announcement made waves in the community as it became clear if Mojang was going to come for 6b6t, Cubasti was not going to comply. But before we go into what the mod does, I mentioned in the first announcement post a key detail that means 6b6t could have gotten blacklisted at any time. It's a cracked server. Players don't need to have a valid Microsoft account to join. This has been an open secret in the community for a while, but it also means that Mojang had enough reason to blacklist 6b6t even before the new rules started coming out. Now, just as a disclaimer, I'm not advocating that anyone pirate Minecraft. The best and safest option for you is always to purchase a valid account from Microsoft and use the official launcher. But on 6b6t, an average of 1/3 of the players are not using a valid Minecraft license. Some mods allow you to see how many players are premium, and in this example screenshot, when there were 207 players online, 76 of them were cracked. Mojang has been fighting against cracked clients for years, but so far has been unsuccessful. Sites like T-Launcher, which is the most popular cracked launcher, have been up and running for a long time and are very popular, especially in countries outside of the US. Either way, 6b6t, as an Anarchy server and because it's cracked, has a very good chance of getting blacklisted in the near future. But how does this mod even work? How can it just bypass a server blacklist? Well, first, you should know there's nothing malicious in the code that can harm your computer. The mod is open source, MIT licensed, and straightforward. There's no external downloads or anything happening outside of the mod itself other than Minecraft's own server list logic, so it should be safe to use. The way the mod bypasses the blacklist is actually quite clever. When you try to join a server, Minecraft calculates a few hashes for the server's address and compares them to match Mojang's blocked server list. If there's a match, then you can't connect. This check is implemented inside of the Minecraft client and happens entirely on your own computer, not on Mojang's servers. This block is not from Mojang's side or the internet, it's your own files. Since AnarchyMod is a fabric mod, it can intercept this check before it happens and just skip it. Think of it like going to a bar and the bouncer is just not checking your ID and lets you in anyway. Normally, when you join a server, the flow is like this. You click Join Server, Minecraft checks the hash against Mojang's blacklist. If a match is found, your connection is blocked. But with AnarchyMod, it goes like this. You click Join Server, AnarchyMod skips the hash check entirely, and you can connect normally. It's not hacking into Mojang's servers, and it's not breaking a firewall. The mod is just telling your own copy of the game to ignore a rule it would normally follow. Sounds pretty good, right? Now you can just join any blacklisted server? Well, yes, but 6v6t is not blacklisted yet. This is a preemptive move, and we have no proof it will work if the server actually does get blacklisted. And it's worth noting, while the mod bypasses Mojang's client-side block, they could theoretically rotate to another enforcement method, like blocking at the authentication level, which there's no real way to get around. So while the mod might be good for players who want to join blacklisted servers, the real risk is more philosophical than technical. The mod exists to help you connect to servers that Mojang may have issues with. It doesn't harm your computer, but it does circumvent a policy that Mojang put into place. Whether that matters to you depends on how you feel about Mojang's enforcement system. Even with this mod going public, it's worth noting that Mojang blacklisting 6v6t will still be a death sentence to the server. Despite its existence, players simply do not want to download a mod in order for them to connect to a specific server. Instead, we will most likely see players migrate to other servers entirely. 6v6t will stop getting new players and instead will only keep a percentage of the players who are active and care enough to download AnarchyMod. And, ironically, Microsoft owns GitHub. Because the mod is public, it could get taken down at any time. This is really just a last resort for players who want to play on blocked servers, but if Mojang decides to blacklist 6v6t, there's no fight to be had here. The server will just die. That's why Cubasti is asking as many people as possible to download the mod, but of course, you should only do so at your own risk. 6v6t could still get blacklisted at the authentication level, or in a more extreme case, the owners of the server could face potential lawsuits for trying to get around a server blacklist and blatantly violating Mojang's terms of service, despite them doing that already. So, this mod is a clever way to connect to blocked servers and can ensure that those servers are still playable. But at what cost? Will 6v6t forever be without rules at the cost of its player count? Or will the risk of a server being shut down eventually lead to restrictions being put in place? Before you go, I was actually working with the admins of 6v6t on this video, and we're going to be reading every single comment. So please let us know your thoughts on the mod itself, Mojang's blacklisting, and Anarchy servers in general. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.